So we're ready to do whatever it takes.
I'm campaigning hard to stop conservative cuts and elect a progressive government.
Canadians could see Justin Trudeau remain as Prime Minister even if Andrew Scheer and the Conservatives win the most number of seats. What? What does that mean? How's that possible? NDP leader Jagmeet Singh was asked over the weekend if Andrew Scheer wins the most number of seats, would he be willing to team up with the Liberals and maybe the Greens and the Bloc to form a coalition to thwart Andrew Scheer from getting into power? Here's what Jagmeet Singh said.
If the Conservatives win more seats, will you still try to form a coalition government with the Liberals?
Oh, absolutely, because we're not going to support a Conservative government. We're going to fight a Conservative government. We're going to fight it all the way.
Now the NDP leader has since walked back those comments after it caused, well, a lot of havoc and questions all across the weekend, but he's the one who first put it out there, and clearly the idea is floating around in his head. What would this mean? Well, it would mean that for the first time in recent Canadian political history, someone could pretty much be elected Prime Minister, and then a bunch of other parties could come together and form a bit of a coup and go knocking on the Governor General's door and say, hey, how about you give us the opportunity to govern instead? Now, coalitions aren't that uncommon. Traditionally, when you have a minority government, what you have is the party in power, whether it's Paul Martin's Liberals, Stephen Harper's Conservatives, well, on a vote-by-vote basis, on a bill-by-bill basis, they get support from the other parties and say, hey, prop me up, keep my government alive so that we don't have to go and have another election. That's how minority governments work. But usually those minorities, those two examples I gave, well, those people did win the most number of seats. What we have not had was someone win the most number of seats and then a coalition form to block them, to thwart their chance from forming power. Canadians need to ask themselves, is this what you want out of your government? Is this the direction you want your country to head in? Because once the genie's out of the bottle, there's no putting it back in. Once we get one coalition that forms a bit of a coup, who's to say we won't have that the next election and the one after that? This will push us in the direction of European-style politics, where fringe parties and smaller parties, they get created, they get popular, and we see a rise of endless political splintering. Some people say that's healthy. That's making consensus. Others say we don't want to head in that direction. We like the strong, stable majorities that have brought us to the Canada that we're at, that we have had for decades in recent political history. As it stands, coalitions are not the Canadian tradition. Can they be done? Are they legal? Are they constitutionally valid? Yes, they are, but we don't have a history of using them. And right now, the public's view is that that would be a coup. That would be to steal democracy from the person who was granted the right to govern. And voters have to ask themselves, is that what we want? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to leave your comments, share this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.